What up, fam? So apparently the corporate fucking demon Cacaroach known as Tucker Carlson is gonna talk mad shit about George Soros. So let's go ahead and take a gander and analyze the situation of what this fucking goofball motherfucker gotta say, blood.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. When a Hungarian financier called George Soros shorted the English pound 30 years ago, back in 1992, the British government fought back. It did everything it could to preserve the value of its national currency. British officials raised interest rates all the way to 15%. The Bank of England then sold $40 billion of foreign currency reserves in a desperate effort to prop up the pound. In the end, of course, it didn't work. The Bank of England collapsed. Total cost to the population of Great Britain? Well, that's hard to measure, but it was at least 3 billion pounds. This at a time when a pound was worth nearly $2.50. It's now at $1.20, which tells you a lot. So the UK got poorer, but not George Soros. His fund made off with $1 billion in profit, $1 billion, for creating nothing, only destroying things. In the years since, Soros has become richer still, billions and billions of dollars richer.
Yeah, he's become billions and billions of dollars richer because of the Republican Christian corporate demon fucking tax cuts, motherfucker. That's what the motherfuckers are not telling you. The reason why George Soros has so much power and wealth is because the Republican Christian corporate demons gave him all that power and wealth through the tax system, playa.
George Soros has become so rich that at this point, Western governments rarely fight back when he interferes in their most basic domestic affairs, the most important domestic affairs. In 2015, for example, Soros decided that Europe had to resettle millions of penniless refugees from Africa and the Middle East. Relatively few Europeans wanted this to happen at all, but George Soros wanted it. So he spent more than $500 million pushing NGOs and European governments to
$500 million. Remember that Republican Christian corporate demons fucking gave him through the tax system.
What turned out to be a massive wave of human migration. So what happened next? What's the second part of the story? Well, there was a humanitarian crisis. That crisis is still going on. Life in Europe got much worse. Have you been to Paris lately? You should visit. Violent crime, particularly rapes, skyrocketed. And yet, European politicians, many of them funded by Soros, refused to acknowledge.
And yet, many corporate demon sex slave Republican Christians continue to give George Soros a bunch of fucking tax cuts. Isn't that right, you scummy fucking Weasley piece of shit, Tucker Carlson, goofball motherfucker in a bow tie, blood?
Look away, they said. This isn't happening. You're crazy or a criminal for noticing. So for the past several years, something not so different has been happening in our country. George Soros has decided to destroy the American justice system, and he's doing it with prosecutors. By this point, fully 1 in 5 Americans, that's more than 70 million people, now live in a jurisdiction overseen by a Soros-backed prosecutor. Soros DAs run cities like New York, Chicago, St. Louis, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, our biggest cities. They also run places like Travis County, Texas, and Hinds County,
Well, then why the flying fuck do you keep giving them tax cuts, you worthless corporate dick-sucking fucking Republican Weasley-ass stupid motherfucker scumbag piece of shit worthless motherfucker, blood? You get what I'm saying? Look, man, I'm tired of hearing this stupid-ass bitch complain about a motherfucking rich man's wealth that this stupid motherfucker, along with his stupid sex slave fucking supporting ass motherfuckers, gave George Soros in the goddamn fucking first place, blood. So how was this stupid ass fucking corporate bitch here gonna be talking shit when he's the one who gave fucking George Soros all that fucking wealth through the tax system, blood? You get what I'm saying? Fuck him. Fuck the Republican Party for even fucking giving this dude all that fucking wealth in the first place, player. I'm gonna go smoke some more fucking weed, dog. Because these dudes right here are just fucking dogs that eat out their own fucking assholes, player. Republicans are worthless corporate fucking zombie slave corporate motherfuckers, blood. Let me tell you what the corporate demon sex slave fucking Republicans gonna do. They're gonna talk mad shit about George Soros. They're gonna talk mad shit about Hunter Biden and his fucking crack pipe. You know what the corporate fucking slave sex demon fucking Republican are gonna do? They're gonna go in the booth and they're gonna vote to give fucking George Soros and Hunter Biden more fucking tax cuts so Hunter Biden could motherfucking fill up his crack pipe even more, and George Soros could go and control all the fucking judicial shit, whatever the fucking bullshit ass this motherfucker was eating out his own fucking ass insane, blood, okay? So let me go ahead and explain the fucking future to you, okay? These corporate zombie sex slave useless motherfuckers, the same stupid motherfucking morons who rubbed their shit all over the Capitol, and the same stupid bitch ass motherfuckers who couldn't protect us from 9/11, from those two motherfucking planes in the building. These same corporate demon cockroach motherfuckers are gonna go in the motherfucking voting booth and once again vote in favor of giving corporate tax cuts to Hunter Biden's crack pipe and to George Soros to keep fucking you over, okay? That's the one thing that this corporate demon sex slave motherfucking Tucker Carlson piece of shit, who apparently has a lot of Trump supporters at his fucking place tanning their fucking balls next to his goddamn pool. You get what I'm saying? I guess back in the fucking Roman times, I guess how the fucking Republican corporate demons fucking roll, player, when they're around their fucking sex slave fucking voter piece of shit motherfuckers. Any goddamn way, I'm Mr. Governor 420 and I'm gonna go fucking smoke some more fucking weed, player. Absolutely.